everyone. I hope you're doing really well. It's the last week of April. I've been trying to film a video all week long, but I had a very specific idea for that video and I haven't been able to pull it together. So I thought I would switch gears and film more of a casual, creative vlog with you today because I've been really enjoying a creative month. I've slowed down a lot. I think after Knit City and just different shop updates and things going on, I just had the chance to finally really slow down. I think the change of seasons is helping. And James also finished his last exam a couple of weeks ago. He's been home from university and we've just been hanging out a lot. I've watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy again. I've been knitting. I'm back into my journals again, and I've just been loving every minute of it. So today I thought I would share a few things that I've been up to. I'm having a big shop update on Friday night. The leather of the month, which is sand, is finally coming to the shop. It was April's color of the month, but the shop update is going to be on May 1st, which is partly due to my very slow month. I was a little bit behind. This is the sand color, which I haven't had in a really long time. And so that will be in the shop on Friday night at 7. I'm also adding a few other colors, a few other things. Maybe I'll share a bit more about that later in the video. But my studio is covered in bags, in fabrics, in yarn. I actually had a lot of fun last week in the studio doing some patchwork again. It's one of my favorite things to do. I used to have patchwork pouches in the shop when I first started out, which is almost 10 years ago. I was looking up when I started my shop, which at the time was on Etsy. And the first things that I ever put in the shop were patchwork pouches, and I still love them. I find it really difficult to carve out the time to do them because I need to pull out different supplies. It makes a little bit of a mess, and they're very time consuming, but they're one of the things that I love to do. And April has been all about that for me, just doing things for the sake of enjoying them, not necessarily to put them in the shop. So I did make a few of these little front pieces for my patchwork pouches. I am not really sure when I will get to finishing them, but the process of making them was so much fun. I had a few different fabric combinations. I love this one. I really enjoy making them. I want a new one for myself. I think I want to keep a little pouch in my summer tote that has my headphones, my charger, a little portable battery, and it'll just be a little tiny tech case. So I've been working on those. I've ordered some new yarn. I will share a little knitting update a bit later, but I've been working on La Bandana by Amy Jill of La Bien-Aimée, and I decided I wanted to make it a little bit bigger than the yarn that I had called for and the pattern in particular. So I ordered some more of the same yarn. The original skeins of yarn that I had for that project were just 50-gram balls, so it was quite a small bandana. And after I really got into making it, I realized I wanted a bit bigger. So I just went ahead and found more yarn. So I will definitely have leftover, but I think both of these colors are so beautiful and could be used in blankets or in socks, anything really. They are, let's see here. They are the Merino Super Sock in Fluoro Morganite and the same base in Ishigo. They were a little bit hard to find. I don't remember where I got them. I had to do a big search because I only wanted to place one order, but I finally found them and I'm obsessed with these colors. So I'm very happy to have more in my stash, and I'm gonna make the bandana as big as I want it to be, and I will definitely have leftovers. I also purchased more yarn for another sweater. My list of sweaters to knit is growing by the minute. I'm completely obsessed, but one of my favorite yarn companies had a big sale last weekend and I could not resist. It's Sandra yarn, and this is the yarn that I purchased. It's the Sunday Morning Luxe Sport, which is a BFL Masham cashmere blend in this beautiful color. It's actually coming out a little more taupe on the camera than it is. I feel like in person, it's very rosy and beautiful. The color is Simple Pleasures. And I purchased this to make the DRK Everyday cardigan. I've loved this pattern since it came out, and I've had it saved in my queue. And when I saw the sale, and I think I saw someone else wearing one, I just decided to go ahead and get it. Everything was 20% off, which was a really good deal, and I couldn't resist. So this is going into my growing basket of future sweater projects. I have so many, but I have been working on my no frills. I'll share that a little bit later. I have a lot of knitting I've been working on. I've finally gotten back into journaling a little bit more regularly this last month. I feel like April was the month to just get back on track after a really long winter. And I'm even getting excited about gardening. So I am really looking forward to more beautiful weather, sitting outside with my knitting, with my journals, with my books. I did pick up a new book the other day. I was at the bookstore with my niece and nephew and with James, and I picked up this because, first of all, I thought the cover was stunning, and I remember this was on my to be read list on Goodreads, and so I picked up a copy. It's called Wayward, a novel by Amelia Hart, and I feel like it's exactly the kind of book that I want to read right now. It's a little bit magical. There's a cottage that is inherited from a great aunt, witches, some secrets, and I feel like this is what I need to get out of a bit of a reading slump that I've been in. So I'm really excited about this. I also just put on this hand cream because my hands have been so incredibly dry again, and I have different lotions all over the house, but this L'Occitane one is probably the most moisturizing one that I have. It is the Intensive Hand Balm with 25% shea butter, and so this has been by my side. I've been slathering it on nonstop because my cuticles and hands are a mess, and this seems to be the only thing saving them. So that's my current update. I think Glenn and the boys are waiting for me. We're going to head out because Glenn needs some new eyeglasses, like frames. So we're gonna go check out what's out there, do a little bit of shopping, spend some time together, and when I get back, I will share a little bit more of a knitting update, maybe a couple of things that will be in the shop this Friday night, and whatever else I get up to. didn't find any eyeglasses, but that's okay. I got a delicious donut on the way home, so I'm happy. I am in the dining room about to do just a quick tidy up before I get dinner started, because this room has become my creative hub on the main floor, and there's a lot of stuff in here. It just needs to be tidied up a little bit. But the good thing about using this room for all kinds of hobbies is that I'm constantly walking by it. So when I see something, I am reminded to just take a little break and work on a puzzle or do some knitting. I did take my big puzzle board out again. I had tucked it away for, I think, the last month or two, and I had forgotten about it. I feel like it's the perfect time to take it back out and just work on it bit by bit. I've also got my sweater knitting in here so I can sit at the table with a coffee or a tea and get a few rows in. I've got a journal in here, and I've also got a tray with my coloring books, markers, and my needlepoint. So I'm gonna tidy it up, but I wanted to share a couple of new things. The first one is an app that involves my cookbooks, which are also in this room. I've been thinking about getting an app of some kind to organize the indexes of all my cookbooks. I've been hearing about them for a while. I did a bit of research. I wasn't really sure which one to go with. I ended up signing up for Eat Your Books on their website, but I didn't love the look of it. Just visually, it wasn't super user-friendly, but Jennifer on Patreon, she suggested Cookshelf, which is an app where you can log all of your cookbooks in your collection. You can even take photos of the barcodes and it will just enter them all in. And then you can search up recipes, and it won't show you the actual recipe, but it will search through all of the indexes, all of the recipes, and then tell you which books and what pages the recipes are on. I think it's amazing. It does cost money to have more than a couple of books in there, but for me and the number of cookbooks that I have in my collection, I feel like it's totally worth it. So I signed up for the year. If I don't like it, if I don't use it after that, I probably won't renew. But I have a feeling that this is going to come in very handy because I adore my cookbooks. I love collecting them, but there is a point where it's really difficult to remember what's in them. This is not an ad, by the way. I am not sponsored. I paid for this myself. I'm just so excited that I have a tool that can help me find recipes. For example, I know of one or two recipes in like the Barefoot Contessa cookbooks that I never know which book they're in, so I can quickly go onto this app, type it in, search her books, and it will tell me which one. Same thing for some of the cookbook authors that I really, really enjoy, and I have a lot of their books. So Nigella, Jamie Oliver, there's a few. And I really am looking forward to using my cookbooks more this way. So I'm really excited about that discovery. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that with me. I didn't realize that the website that I signed up for and the app that Jennifer suggested, the Cookshelf app, they're actually affiliated. So everything I had started to enter on the website imported into the app, which was a huge relief, but I couldn't scan them on the website. You can scan them with the camera on your phone into the app, which is amazing. So I am super excited about that. Every night when I sit down, I'm looking through the search bar and just punching in all kinds of things to get some ideas and really get reacquainted with my cookbooks again. So I am loving that. And I also got another book this week, and it has been on my wish list to get a book like this for a couple of years actually. And I don't know where I finally saw this one and decided that it would be the one, but I have been wanting a bird book for a really long time. We have beautiful birds in our area. I live near the lake and very close to a conservation area. And there are just a lot of beautiful birds that pop into our backyard or that I see. And I wanted to have some kind of like encyclopedia for my area that would help me figure out what bird I was spotting. So I really love this book. It's called Ontario Birds by Jeffrey Dom. It's the Lorimer Field Guide to 225. So I'm in the province of Ontario in Canada. This is perfect for me. And it's a really beautiful color book. I love the way that it's set up. And I'm really looking forward to just sitting in the backyard and looking up birds that I spot back there. So this is actually going to go in my summer tote bag or my analog bag, project tote, whatever you want to call it. This is going in there. And whenever I go to the backyard, it will be very close to me. And I'm super excited about it. I hear so many different birds chirping as well. I've always wanted to get an app, but I think for now, this will be perfect. So I'm almost done tidying up in here. I did want to show you my current knitting projects I've been slowly working on. I'm kind of in the middle of all of them and it's taking a bit of time to finish, but I'm trying not to be discouraged by that. I am pushing through and hopefully in another couple of weeks, I will have some finished objects. But for the moment, I am really loving these projects. This is my very messy dining room table. And these are my current knitting projects that I've been working on. They're in constant rotation at the moment. And I feel like I work on these 3 projects at very specific times of the day. So in the mornings, when I wake up and I have my coffee and I sit down, I usually pull out my Le Bandana project and I'm loving it. I have passed the recommended part in the pattern where I should be decreasing now because I do want to make it just a little bit bigger, but I'm loving this. So I think in another couple of inches, I will start decreasing. Oh, and this is one of my little patchwork pouches from years ago. They're perfect for notions. I love having them in different project bags. Then during the day is when I usually pull out my sweater project, which is currently my No Frills sweater by Petite Knit. And I am using this beautiful yarn from Chelsea Luxe. And I'm obsessed with it. The colorway is Fairy Tale. I have made a lot of progress. I think I just have about 10 more rows before I separate for the sleeves. And I feel like once I get to that part, I will be flying through that project. And my evening project has been this beautiful Cozy Comfort Throw, which is a pattern by Molly Klatt of A Homespun House. And I've been working on this quite a bit in the evenings, and when I watch movies, I just want to sit on the couch and not really think. I'm really excited about these bright pops of color up here. It's just making it really interesting and fun to move on to the next stripe. I am holding Advent Minis from A Homespun House double with an undyed fingering weight yarn. So this is 2 strands of fingering held together, and I love it. It is squishy and soft, and it's just so much fun to knit on. I've actually transferred it to the biggest project bag that I own, which is one from Fat Squirrel, and I love it. So I'm really in a happy place with all of my knitting at the moment, And it's really working out for me to have certain projects for certain times of the day. I'm going to end in the studio. As you can see, there's a little bit of a mess to tidy up before I wrap up for the day and start dinner. I've got some journals over here that I was working in yesterday and this morning. And this is another one of my patchwork pouches. I use this one to keep my little Canon mini printer in, which is perfect. I've got this tray with sections that I've been using to organize some of my patchwork supplies. It's just helping me keep some of the piles a little bit tidy. I've got the completed patchwork pieces in here. I've got some lining, the next batch to sew together, some little clips, my patterns, my batting, everything is in here. Well, not quite everything. I've got some extra things over there that have kind of spilled out, and I might cut into some more fabrics. I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes with these because I'm really enjoying the process. It all just depends on how much time I have to be able to make them. But I thought before I put some of this leather away, I wanted to share what was going to be in the Friday night update because it's kind of a big one. So on Friday, May 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I am having a big leather update, mostly to feature the leather of the month color, which is sand, this one here, but also to launch my brand new Lakeside Tote, which is this style right here. I really love it. It's a little bit bigger than the carry-all tote, and it's just a little smaller than the everything tote bag. I feel like it's going to be the perfect size summer tote. It fits really nicely over your shoulder. I love it. So I am going to have the new Lakeside Tote in sand, a few in avocado, and dark brown. I'm also going to have carry-all totes in the sand and the dark brown. And I have some everything leather tote bags, just singles in all of these colors. So there's iris, deep teal, one sand, one avocado, and I have two in brown. So a lot is going into the shop on Friday night. I also have more journal covers, which have been so popular. I love it. I'm really enjoying using mine. I'm loving how it is just getting worn in and has a beautiful patina, but it still looks great. None of these have the elastic cording in them yet because when you purchase, you can use the drop-down menu and pick your elastic cording color. So there are two options for the red, two options for the cognac, for the elastic cording. And also there's two different sizes. So there is the standard regular size and the larger A4 size. So I am replenishing those. Really excited to have them back in the shop. And that's the leather update. So I'm gonna get these off the table, tucked away from the window. I don't like them sitting in the sunlight for too long. And I am going to head downstairs, have a really nice dinner tonight. We are having grilled chicken on the barbecue with tzatziki and pita breads. So it's going to be a really nice, yummy dinner, and I'm hoping to sit on the couch later and watch something with my cozy comfort throw on my lap while I knit on it. I hope you guys are finding as much time as possible right now to create, to make, to use your hands to do whatever it is that you love. And I will see you next time.